Vaping may be a new craze in the college community, but it's becoming illegal to get some of those products. I will tell you more. Stay tuned.
Plus, New Orleans is currently under a wind advisory. Natalia Silva joins us with a live perspective.
And expecting mothers are facing a new threat to their unborn children. Stay tuned to learn why and what this means for Louisiana mothers.
Hello and welcome to PAC News for March 25th. I'm Ava Acharya.
And I'm Blakely Cathy.
Right now we're under severe weather advisory with chances of thunderstorms and tornadoes.
Let's go live to Natalia Silva, who is live in Mid-City with a look at the conditions right now.
We are live at Carrollton Avenue, currently under a severe weather warning with possibility of thunderstorm and tornadoes. The biggest threat will be later this evening and the overnight hours. Those storms are out ahead of the main line, may start to spread into portions of our local area in the next few hours. Later tonight, showers are likely, and after 2 a.m., a possible thunderstorm with gusts as high as 38 and a low in temperature of 64. Tomorrow, we are expecting overcast skies and showers before 7 a.m. Later in the week, we have plenty of sunshine starting Wednesday. Temperatures will vary from the high 70s and the low 60s. Right now, we have overcast skies up ahead of us, and later tonight, we'll have a lot of rain. So back to you in the studio, Ava.
There's a new crackdown in town. Louisiana is banning some of the most popular brands and flavors of vape products. PAC News reporter Jariah Johnson shows us how the locals are handling the new ban.
The vape ban in Louisiana, known as Act 414, was halted, but now it's back in full effect. The Louisiana Office of Alcohol and Tobacco Control, also known as the ATC, bans businesses from selling nicotine vapes not on the state's vape directory. Some vapes that are not on that directory are Lost Marys, Elf, and Puff Bars. But those same vapes may be in some vape shops still today.
I've been to 4 different local stores, including this one, and I was still able to get 2 illegal products.
This local store on the corner of 2 colleges and some other stores still sell illegal vapes. Jay, a local vape shop employee, says he thinks the vape ban is in place to slow down vape companies' income and provide more opportunities for tobacco companies.
The tobacco companies who make cigarettes and this stuff, they got really hurt because of they don't make much money as they used to do, and they want people to go back smoking cigarettes these days because everyone quit. Like the 20s kids, none of them smoking cigarettes anymore.
According to Jay, from the ban, they can only sell vapes registered back in 2016. According to him, people do not like those vapes as much, making it harder to sell inventory.
It got really hard to keep the business going after that. But we still have some stuff, which is the Views and the Juul pods, but these are the only ones we can sell.
The vape ban does not only affect vape businesses, but it also affects some locals as well. New Orleans local Claire Seymour says that without her vape, it is harder to be focused.
I was really feeling the effects of not having it. I just was not as motivated in work. I just started another job. I was just not there. And then I now have mine.
For Seymour, the ban affects her motivation, but Nick Brunfield, a Southeastern student, feels like the ban will help stop her bad habit.
Vape ban really doesn't affect me because I'm ready to quit vaping, but at the same time, I can see how it affects me because I do have a kind of addiction.
Businesses that continue to sell these illegal vapes can be fined by the ATC. This is Jariah Johnson, PAC News.
The Louisiana Convenience and Vape Store Association requested a temporary injunction to the ATC pending a hearing in the case. The hearing is set for April 25th. For more information on the new vape ban, visit Louisiana's ATC website. The father of a West Bank man said his son has died from injuries sustained during a fight at a Tigerland bar near LSU this past Saturday. In a Facebook post, JP Ripath, the father of Devin Ripath, posted, "R.I.P. my baby boy." Devin Ripath was in Baton Rouge for a bachelor party when the father of two was struck during a fight outside of Fred's bar. No arrests were made at the time of the altercation, and investigators are reviewing security footage from Tigerland bars.
Louisiana's environmental issues continue to impact people's health all across the state. A new study shows air pollutants and other environmental factors are causing unhealthy conditions for babies and their mothers. The data shows living in close proximity to factories and refineries is damaging to pregnant mothers and their babies. When it comes to low weight and preterm births, Louisiana ranks second to last in the nation, behind Mississippi. And Louisiana has a higher percentage of preterm and low weight births than the United States national average. The Tulane professor who conducted the study obtained birth record data from 2011 to 2020.
This weekend, people came to Loyola to learn more about human rights and how they're under fire in different parts of the world. The 16th annual Peace Conference gave people a chance to learn more about how they can get involved right here in New Orleans. Students, scholars, and activists gathered in Loyola's Miller Hall to discuss the role that memory plays in history, culture, and conflict.
Particularly through books about their villages that were destroyed in 1948.
So the Peace Conference is an annual event that we put on with the Student Peace Initiative. Essentially what it is a interdisciplinary conference where we have students, professors, and keynote speakers come in and talk about something pertaining to our theme.
So as we talked about it,
This year's keynote, presented by Rochelle Davis and Raz Segal, focused on the history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Decades of Israeli settler colonial rule, military occupation, and siege.
Specifically, they discussed the role which remembering hardships plays in Palestinian cultural preservation and Israeli perception of this culture.
We're fighting Nazis.
Another event consisted of a panel and discussion. Experts gathered to discuss human rights development in Afghanistan. Topics of conversation included institutionalized gender violence and mass displacement following Taliban takeover and United States withdrawal.
Rights and human rights, which are publicly erased from public and also private sectors in Afghanistan. Peace conferences, was an opportunity for us to bring Afghanistan situation and human rights situation in Afghanistan again in attention of the people.
this is their dying breath, a scream that has to be heard.
Najina Khalili was the first female prosecutor in her home province in Afghanistan, and she will be the director of Loyola's Women's Resource Center starting in June.
Search crews in Moscow, Russia are digging through the rubble of a concert hall after terrorists fired machine guns into the crowd and set the building on fire last Friday. The shooting left 137 people dead and more than 180 injured. At least 100 witnesses are still in the hospital. The shooting happened shortly before the concert started. When witnesses originally heard the popping sounds, they assumed it was a part of the show until they saw the 4 men dressed in khaki firing in every direction. An affiliate of the Islamic State group claimed responsibility for the attack. The shooting has been labeled the deadliest attack on Russian soil in years.
Today, New York State Appeals Court granted Donald Trump and his co-defendants a reprieve in their civil fraud case. They were originally facing a $464 million bond, but courts reduced it to $175 million and granted Trump 10 days to post the bond. This decision prevents the state attorney general's office from immediately collecting on the judgment. Trump vowed to swiftly comply.
This afternoon, the CEO of Boeing announced he will leave the company after the end of this year. David Calhoun's announcement comes after several safety issues since January, when a plane door panel blew off an Alaskan Airlines 737 Boeing MAX plane mid-flight. Earlier this month, the Federal Aviation Administration gave Boeing failing grades on the production of its planes. Airline executives have expressed concerns about the safety of their passengers.
Coming up, a local restaurant revives community feed programs amid Governor Landry's cancellation of the summer EBT program.
I also had the chance to visit not just a bookstore, but a social hub for the Black community.
My name is Claire Anderson. I graduated from Loyola in 2021, and I currently work at a Vita Brewing Company as their digital marketing specialist. The Donnelly Center was the best experience I had at Loyola, constantly learning, constantly growing, having new clients every year, past clients, forming those relationships. You're actually working with real people with real needs and an actual goal that they're working towards. You gain from the classes, but you utilize it, and the Donnelly Center has really benefited me in the long run. At my time at the Donnelly Center, it gave me a real-world experience working with real clients, with real people, on real projects. And it is why I have the career today, and I'm incredibly thankful. And I'm looking forward to another 25 years of all its success and the success stories that come out of the people that work here. And I'm very thankful to be a part of it.
I'm Scott Howard. I'm the president of the board of Parks for All. We're an advocacy group, and so our job is to try to attract the interest of people like us so that we can have a more powerful voice in the community. And so we felt we needed a good website for that purpose. We pursued the Donnelly Center for assistance with that, and it really worked out very well. I really can't say enough good things about them. Parks for All is an all-volunteer board that advocates for improvement in our park system in New Orleans. The Donnelly Center provides a tremendous service to the nonprofit world. It's a free service, and the Donnelly Center's willingness and ability to bring some professional service to assist is invaluable, I think, for the city.
One local restaurant is stepping up to help families in need this Easter.
PAC reporter Mia Oliva visited Toops Meadery to learn more about the program.
We're here at the corner of Carrollton and Duane, where Amanda Toops of Toops Meadery is fighting back after Governor Landry refused federal funds to provide underprivileged families with money for meals and groceries.
Doing is we're feeding 1,500 New Orleanians who are food insecure Easter dinner. So there'll be a grocery box with a whole chicken, potatoes, collard greens, butter, milk, human pies, and even little Easter baskets. We raised enough money for that. For over 700 kids will be coming through this line, or families with 700 kids out of the 1,500 people.
Come on over to Toops Meadery this Friday to find out more. Back to you, Ava and Blakely.
A local bookstore is celebrating 37 years in Gentilly. I visited the Community Book Center on Bayou Road and learned how it's tying together literacy and community.
This is where I come almost on a regular basis, hence the name Community Book Center.
Located in the heart of New Orleans, the Community Book Center has been creating change one book at a time.
The bright blue building on Bayou Road has been offering community to the city of New Orleans for 37 years.
It's like Farrah Jasmine Griffin, in search of a beautiful freedom.
Meet Mama Jennifer, who's been running it since the beginning.
The goal is literacy throughout the city, number one, and to keep that art of reading alive.
Mama Jennifer explains why the shop stresses literacy to all, and especially the Black community.
How did they do it? You have to think about it, because when they left the plantation, what did they have? Nothing. What did they give them? Nothing. But they made it work. And so here we are right here today. They have to realize that. So if we don't read, we won't understand.
Bayou Road is the oldest street in New Orleans. Bayou Road is connected to several historically Black neighborhoods, such as Treme, the 7th Ward, and Bayou St. John.
The community. Before the breaching of the levees, this was solidly black, but now gentrification has taken over, and I know that, we have to keep this place as long as we can.
For some Black New Orleanians, this place can be a place of refuge.
I would come here when I was a student at Dillard University, also a new mother, and Mama Jen and Mama Vera would actually watch my new baby so that I could study. And by the time she graduated from kindergarten, thanks to them, she was on the 4th grade reading level. But in terms of the broader community, I would say it's just a hub. We see the same faces in here almost every single day.
You can follow the Community Book Center on Facebook and Instagram.
A big part of looking for truth, and I think that's what the majority of the people are looking for, especially Black people. They're looking for truth.
I'm Blakely Cathy, reporting for PAC News.
Interested in seeing what books they have in store? Check out their online storefront at www.bookshop.org/readcbc. Next up, Loyola has announced its commencement speaker for the upcoming graduation.
And reporter Alex Aches takes us through the Congo Square Festival.
Loyola has announced its 2 commencement speakers for this year's graduation ceremony. CBS Saturday morning anchor Michelle Miller will deliver the speech to the undergraduate and graduate ceremony. Judge Ivan L.R. Lamel will deliver the speech to the law school. Lamel is the first African American to hold the role of magistrate judge in the Louisiana federal courts. Both ceremonies will be held at the UNO Lakefront Arena and will be live streamed on the university's website.
Hoda Kotb and Jenna Bush Hager will be celebrating 5 years hosting the Today Show together this French Quarter Fest. The hosts will broadcast from New Orleans Jazz Museum, according to the New Orleans & Company. Kotb and Bush Hager hosted the Today Show from the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival in 2023. French Quarter Festival is a free festival held in the French Quarter with over 400 local musicians and 60 food vendors. The festival runs from April 11th to April 14th.
And this Saturday kicks off the Ferret Street Festival from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's the 14th anniversary of the fest. Musical guests include the 79ers Gang, Joy Clark, Margie Perez, and more. The event happens in Uptown New Orleans all along Ferret Street, and admissions is free.
Before the Civil War, enslaved African people would gather on Sunday afternoons in Congo Square to practice their traditions. PAC News reporter Alex Aches takes us inside the Congo Square Rhythms Festival that celebrates that history.
This weekend, the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation produced the annual Congo Square Rhythms Festival. With food and art vendors, a Mardi Gras Indian battle, and more, this gathering on the outskirts of the French Quarter is a festival favorite.
It was just, for a visit, and I fell in love with New Orleans. I like the art and the culture and the beautiful weather, all of that. And by going into the festival, I think I'm a vendor myself.
Marie St. Germain, a yearly vendor at the Rhythms Festival, makes jewelry, clothes, and arts and crafts.
But mainly the arts and crafts of African stuff. They love the print, they love the culture. And I'm Haitian.
The music is a highlight of the festival, with drum circles and live jazz bands surrounding the art vendors.
And I do all these festivals and events. I've been doing it for like 16 years. So
William Terry, owner of Bayou Soap, was a professional bass and saxophone musician. Now he creates Hand Swirled Soap and attends festivals that he loves.
It's festival season in the city of New Orleans right now, so, get out and enjoy.
That's all we have time for today.
Thanks for joining us.